If you know me, you know that I've always loved working with kids. Every day around 8:50, I walk over to the lower school to be greeted by 12 smiling pre-K faces. It's honestly the highlight of my day. They give me endless hugs, fight over who gets to hold my hand, and tell me the most random stories about their day, but I wouldn't trade those 45 minutes for anything. When I think back to all the time I've spent with these kids, I can't believe how someone so small and so young has made such a significant impact on my life. Along with all the nostalgia that comes with senior year, spending time with these kids has really heightened how reflective I've been on the past 14 years I've spent at St. Stephen's. Now, most people write their speeches about a lesson they've learned from an adult, whether it be a teacher or a parent or a family member, but I decided to do something different. By just being themselves, my pre-K class has prompted me to think about life, how I act towards others, how I prioritize things, how I present myself, and how I want to spend my last few weeks here. So because of this, I thought I'd share 5 lessons that I've learned from 5-year-olds. Number 1, don't stress over trivial things. I know this doesn't apply to every scenario, but if you honestly think back to all those times you stressed over something trivial, I bet you that at least 50% of the time, that stress was for nothing. Let me give you some pre-K examples. You're walking to class, single file, and the person behind you steps on the back of your shoe and gives you a flat tire. Now this may seem like the end of the world. You have to stop, bend down, and shove your shoe back on while all of your friends keep on going, but I'm sure that person didn't mean to step on your foot, so why get angry about it? If you're growing your own plant in science class and your friend's plant is growing faster than yours, does it really matter? When one of my pre-K kids tripped and fell, she told me, "It's okay, my pants are my socks." I was so confused, but I realized she was talking about her tights. I'm not quite sure what that actually meant in relation to her tripping, but I loved the way she just got up and brushed it off. There are so many uncontrollable things in our lives. Other people undoubtedly impact and influence our lives, but it's up to us just how much of an impact their actions have. So remember to act independent of others. Don't stress over something your friend did or said, because in the end, your actions are what determine your worth, your character, and you as an individual. Number 2, stop living in anticipation of what comes next. For those 45 minutes I spend in the lower school, I forget all of my other responsibilities. All of the kids are so invested in whatever activity they're doing, whether it be practicing letters of the alphabet, looking at the weather outside, counting to 100, or memorizing songs for various shows and presentations. That's the only task that they're focused on. Nothing else really matters at the moment, and that made me realize that I'd often been too busy thinking about what comes next than enjoying my current experience. It's natural to want to feel prepared for your day. Uncertainty scares all of us to some extent. At this point in my life, I'm anticipating graduation, then summer, then moving to college, and starting my new life. But the thing is, if I keep anticipating what's coming next, how am I supposed to appreciate what's happening now? I have 29 days until graduation. Should I spend those days counting down, or should I spend those days soaking in every last bit of high school, of the place I've called home for the past 14 years? Having something to look forward to is exciting, there's no questioning that. But living in the moment, really investing yourself in the present, is infinitely more exciting than just going through the motions. Number 3, don't take yourself too seriously. One of the best qualities a person can have is the ability to laugh at themselves. Maybe it's just something about being young and not understanding the concept of judgment, but I admire the way little kids literally do whatever they want, whenever they want, no matter who is watching. If they want to randomly spin in circles in the middle of music class, they'll do it. If they feel like pulling their shirt over their head, they will. I guess in a sense you could say they have no filter, and I feel like as we get older, that filter gets larger and larger as we fear judgment from other people. It's always good to think before you speak, but you shouldn't avoid doing something just because you're worried of what someone else might think. I spent too much of my life trying to do things to please or impress other people, and it wasn't until just these past few years that I really started to act for myself. It can be hard to separate your passions and goals from your friends, but I promise that once you do, you'll start to prioritize yourself and really work to your greatest potential. So don't try to be cool and follow the crowd. Do what makes you happy. Spin in circles and pull your shirt over your head because after all, it's your life. Number 4, always show people that you appreciate them. Like I said before, my pre-K class always bombards me with hugs. There have been so many occasions where I know I need to walk back to class, but someone is still latched onto my leg, and honestly, I'd rather stay there with them. Their hugs and smiles remind me that they're just as happy to see me as I am them, and that makes me forget any problems that may be on my mind. Now, I'm not saying to just hug random people because that would be weird, but giving other people that feeling of happiness, of belonging, just might be what they need to brighten their day. My pre-K class makes me feel valued, appreciated, and loved. They never hesitate to show me how much they care, and I think we can all learn from that. Think about the people in your life that you appreciate. Do you thank them enough? What do you do to show them that you care? Cassandra, thank you so much for being like my second mom ever since I was born. You're the most selfless person I know, and you've helped me through my toughest times, but also created some of my happiest memories. I know that no matter what, we can depend on each other, even when I'm 700 miles away from home next year. I love you. To my mom and dad, I hope I've been able to show you how much I appreciate the endless support, advice, and love you've given me throughout my life. You two are the smartest, most motivated people I know, and you've molded me into the person and student that I am today. I may not show it, but I'm truly amazed at how you both managed to work so hard, yet put your heart and soul into both me and my brother. I know I try to tell you this at least once a day, but I love you both so much. Thank you. Number 5. Oh, no, there's still more. You're a role model even if you don't know it. I didn't realize this at first, but whenever my pre-K class heard about the high school, they would associate that with me. Even though they think I'm 112 years old, they know that I'm the big kid on campus. And what little kid doesn't want to be like the big kid? I know that in music class, if I don't dance and sing, there's a good chance that they won't either. It's all about who they look up to, because that's who they try to mimic. It's important to remember that even if you haven't directly interacted with younger kids, it's likely that at some point in your life, you served as a role model for someone else. Right now, I bet there's at least one person that looks up to you, or idolizes some quality or characteristic that you have. It's a weird thing to think about, but people are always watching you, so it's important that you show them the best version of yourself. Everyone needs a role model in their life. It gives them the chance to strive for better, to have an example of what they want right before their eyes. If you choose to slack off in class, show up to school late every day, and treat people with disrespect, there's a chance that someone else will see that and start picking up those habits that you've created. It's all a chain effect, really. People observe other people and pick out the things that they like and the things that they dislike. So remember in your day-to-day life that somewhere someone is looking up to you. It may be a 5-year-old or one of your peers, but either way, someone sees you as their role model, and you should take that as an honor. As I wrap things up, I challenge all of you to take the lessons that I've shared and genuinely apply them to your lives. Spend time with kids. It'll remind you of when you were younger, and it'll make you remember the simple aspects of life. Don't stress over trivial things. Stop living in anticipation of the future. Don't take yourself too seriously. Show people that you appreciate them, and remember that you are a role model. Live with the excitement and passion of a child, but the integrity and maturity of an adult. Embrace your inner pre-K self, and I guarantee your world will become a happier place. Thank you.